over there falling apart,
Hitting the...
falling to pieces.
I mean, I am getting old.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. Well, no.
We're just diving right in here.
We are. I was on my way to your house, and I had, like, a weird pain in my side. And I'm like, oh, definitely cancer. And then I was like, no, probably nothing. And then I just had this other thought of, like, wow, I guess that's just, like,
a
part
case
of
the
getting
30s.
old. Yes.
Yeah.
Where you just have weird, unexplainable pains in weird places. Like, I was convinced last night that I had, like, deep vein thrombosis or whatever, that like a blood clot in my leg.
Deep
Yes,
vein.
I don't know what that is even, but I was thinking
that's
that
funny.
I had a blood clot or something because one of my feet went numb and tingly, and like not like it felt different than just my foot's asleep. And I was like, what is happening? And then I got a real bad knot in the back of my calf, and I'm like, oh my God, I have a blood clot. I'm definitely dying. And so I put on my compression socks from when I had surgery.
That's good.
And it was fine. So who knows? I could have narrowly avoided a...
I'm going to miss you when you're perished.
No, I already told you. I feel like I'm going to live forever. So
Yeah, we'll seize the day while we have you.
Yeah.
Episode 363. This could be her final...
Oh, no. Get out.
Her final episode, you guys.
Oh, my gosh.
Episode 363 was the end.
It's a good number to go out on.
Yeah, at least you'll have one of those things where it's like you're young enough where people will be like, that is tragic. And they'll be like, she was so pretty.
And I know whatever you're going to say at my funeral is going to be so good.
I am pretty good at that.
I am sure. Oh, you would give a great
Yeah, I'm
eulogy.
pretty good at speeches. Yeah. I'll work on one.
Yeah.
See how... Maybe I'll do a test run on here.
How spooky.
It is. Are you feeling extra spooky right now?
I am feeling
Since
so
it's October.
spooky. But I'm kind of in this weird place where I feel like I'm ready to put my Halloween decorations up.
Yeah.
Because I got them and got to, right?
Yeah.
But other stuff in my house isn't done yet. So it feels weird to, like, decorate when I haven't, like, installed the curtains yet. It's like maybe, like, order of operations, you know? Because I got to, like... Not just hang. I got to like
Maybe
do the
you could
brackets
combine
and all
that
crap.
job. It would make the curtain thing more bearable because you love Halloween so much.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so like hang them with the goal of putting up cute little like bats on them or something.
Yeah.
On the curtains.
Well, and do you have like spooky blackout ones?
No, but that would be fun.
Your house isn't spooky at all. It's all white and
I know.
bright.
It's totally not
You're going to need
spooky.
a fog machine or something in there.
Something like that.
Yeah. We'll have to have a think about that. Some dry ice. Solve
What if?
that problem.
Welcome, Tinder dates, to my lair.
I'm just over here stirring my cauldron. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Tinder dates.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you're feeling spooky. Yes. Everyone's depending on you.
For Halloween?
Yes.
Oh, good. Right. Yes, I got it.
I mean, I want to see pictures also of the decorations once they're up.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm real excited.
Yours are great. I love that poison bottle you have.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
That's really cool.
I like to make it look all like, is it Halloween
or steampunk.
Right, or always like this.
Yeah, right.
Like, is this all year round? Is she a mad scientist and, makes
Is there
potions?
any, like, Halloween thing that you're not into? Like, I don't know, spider, cobwebs.
I'm not into, like I don't need, like, the zombie thing.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's
We've
like
had enough.
Yeah, like the monster theme, like, I'm good with that.
I feel like we should be playing Monster Mash year-round, though.
I love that song.
It's a great
Excellent
tune.
Yes.
And I don't understand.
We play Thriller year-round.
We do.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets special
It does.
billing
Yes.
during October, but I feel like because of the Michael Jackson problem, we need to really hype up Monster Mash.
You're right. You know what? We need to put other Halloween songs in the forefront, limelight, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
God, I love Thriller.
I mean, well, it was a graveyard smash.
Good one. I just feel like a lot of songs are put into this seasonal category that they shouldn't be. Monster Mash absolutely should be played year round, as should Let It Snow through the whole of winter, not just
that's true.
Christmas time.
Yeah. How would you feel about Let It Snow being played in January, February?
Good.
Okay, you're fine
Real
with it.
good.
Some people I've heard feel like they're over it at that point. But I don't live where it snows, so I don't know.
Oh, I'm over the snow, but not
yeah.
that song.
So, like, if you have to experience shoveling your car
Yeah.
How are you going to feel about doing it to the song Let It Snow?
Maybe a little better. Maybe it would make it festive.
Okay. Oh, I like this.
Instead of drudgery.
I like that. This is the opposite than the Susie no, that makes it worse. That's the pile on.
I like Christmas music. That's the thing. And I'm like, I'm not ready for it to be over.
Yeah. Other one I want to put on the Halloween list that I feel like they only play, Love Potion number 9.
Good point.
That could totally be year round.
Yes.
There's nothing that says it's Halloween-y.
Wait, it is year round though.
I only hear it around Halloween.
Oh,
on
really?
the Halloween mixes, yeah.
Oh, well, that's because you're not listening to the channels like I am that play that.
Oh, that's
song.
probably true. But I like they give me more of like Rock and Robin, and you know.
Well, I'm glad we settled all these seasonal questions.
Yes,
there also should. There's an entire market for Thanksgiving music that no one has tapped. I want things about cornucopias,
gravy.
Food, like food
gravy
and
could be
gratitude.
Funny. It could be like a pun.
We could write a song called Gravy and Gratitude.
Oh, serve it up.
Serve it up. That's hilarious.
I'll have seconds. It writes itself, really. I did already purchase a Halloween costume that is not a witch.
What is it?
But I'm gonna do like maybe multiple days of Halloween.
Yeah,
like
I expected
showcase,
that.
Right?
Yeah.
I found a really cool Miss Frizzle costume, and I feel
Where
like
did
with
you
this
find
hair
it?
on Amazon.
Oh,
it was really
you
just
were
the dress.
searching for it.
It came
stumbled.
up in my I don't know. Amazon was like, "We think you would like
we
this."
We see you.
Yeah, we see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made it cool though? I don't get it.
It was just like a dress with planets on it. But I feel like I've been wearing my hair curly a lot, so really it's just the hairdo. I like in my head, I was like, "Oh, what other Halloween costumes do I not have to wear a wig?"
The
for?
millennials will love that.
Yeah,
because wasn't that the age that
yes.
it was like a big
hit?
It
was like my yeah. But they did so as I was like looking at her picture and everything. What does Miss Frizzle wear? It came up with like the pictures of the reboot that they've done. I think it's on Netflix or something. They made her sexier. I'm not happy.
Oh, okay.
And they gave her a nose job. She used to have like this real
job.
cute like little bump in her nose, and she was like older. And now she's like 25 and
hot.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I'm not into it.
Wait, hold on a minute. Okay.
Let me show you a picture so you can kind of like see. Okay, there you go.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah.
And
with the pouty lips.
Youthful.
Come on.
Yeah.
She's like a TA.
Yeah.
She's not a teacher.
Yeah, she's a hall monitor
right.
at best.
At best.
Okay.
Right. She's definitely still interning.
I love that somebody, I don't know if they do, what do they call that when they test a show?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the name is now, but it's like where they show a movie or a show to an audience to see what their feedback is.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, I wish Miss Frizzle was prettier or whatever.
Do you
and
think
then
they said that? They probably did. Market group? What?
Yes.
Market group? What is it? Something like that, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Damn it.
It's right there.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Focus
group.
Focus group.
Yes.
Somebody had to say, I like this show a lot, but she should be hotter.
Make her sexier.
Yeah, or younger, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Or were all of the writer or the illustrators just dudes
horny.
And they did that? I don't know. We're gonna have to find out.
I'm genuinely upset.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, anyway, I'm excited for your costume.
Yeah, got to get a little lizard stuffed animal to go with it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me talk about another outfit I'm going to be wearing, which is my leggings from Fabletics.
Yes.
Because they're adorable.
Yes.
I had them on the other day.
Legging season 2.
Legging season. I love that. And it kind of is. You're not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Once it's fall
stretchy,
weather.
I'm going to eat Halloween candy. And then Thanksgiving, I need only stretchy pants from here until January.
Right. Yes. And they are perfect for fall. They look cute with everything. I had them on the other day, and I thought, oh, it's definitely fall.
Yes.
Because it's time for leggings. Fabletics are great because they are super cute and stylish, and they have tons of different styles, but they're affordable. So whatever your price range, they are here for you. So when you're going to the gym or running errands and you want to look cute, Fabletics clothes. They have like full sets too.
Yes, I love the set.
Leggings.
Like takes the think work out of it. Just like, that
I noticed that about you, that you'll just go for the whole.
Yeah. Because they know better than I do. That looks good. All the fabrics will go well together. The colors, head to toe.
And they have great features. Like the leggings often have like places to put your phone, things like that, or your keys if you're out and about. And they love us and we love them. And so they gave us a deal for you guys. They're offering our listeners an incredible deal you don't want to miss. Get 2 pairs of the leggings for only $24. It's a $99 value. These are fantastic pants. When you sign up for a VIP program, just go to fabletics.com/brainkitty to take advantage of the deal right now. That's fabletics.com/brainkitty to get 2 pairs of the leggings for only $24. Also, free shipping on orders over $49. International shipping is available, and there's no commitment when you purchase your first order. Fabletics.com/brainkitty, and they have like hoodies and sports bras and
crop tops. Love all
every
those.
kind of athleisure.
Yes,
lots of crop tops.
Ooh, I haven't been on in a while. I bet the fabrics are like the prints. Are all different.
They're always updating. Yeah, check them out. See what you think. Grab some leggers. Okay, how about how I thought you'd be interested in this. Period syncing is a myth, false myth.
I beg to differ.
It's been debunked.
By?
Several studies have found this is not true, and there was a whole article in Atlantic about like why this won't die, that like we won't accept it.
Okay.
Yes.
But I'm going to push back a little bit because my man, Robert Sapolsky, heavily studied this. And they called it the Sarah Lawrence effect, which is kind of funny because...
Yeah, that was the original study that has been debunked.
But it works with hamsters. And all you have to do is plug their little noses, and if you can put so it works with animals and not humans?
I don't think it's established that it works with animals.
That they did its tests on the hamsters, and their cycles would sync, but only if a male was present, and they would pump in the pheromones or like the smell of a male, and that would work too. And so I guess they tossed out these guys?
It just said that it was false, and not only is it false, but that people like you.
Yeah, I love that I have not involved in the research at all, and I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and...
But it talked about you in the article because it's talked about the aggressive resistance.
Yeah.
And I think that is more interesting than the study or its truth or falsehood. Mm-hmm. I like the idea that there is something compelling women like you to really want to believe in this theory, and I want to know why.
Now that you say it, I kind of can see why. It's like there's not a lot that makes us feel like we're powerful or in control or something like that. And like the idea that I don't know, it almost feels like this thing that men don't get to have or be a part of, and it makes it feel like very like kind of a female tribe, and this is how it goes. And I don't know, I really do feel like it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
you're really invested in this idea.
It's very strange. The weird thing is I've always believed that, like, anecdotally, I find this to be all true.
Well, they talked about that too. How, like, the reason that you think that is because traditionally the cycle is 28 days. Some are more or less, but 28 is sort of the average. Mm-hmm. And so there's only like a 2-week difference in the most separate. Like if yours is on the 1st and mine's on the 15th, that's as far apart as we can get really in like this cycle. And so like it seems like, oh yeah, I just had mine and you just had yours, but like that's a whole week difference, and there's only 4 weeks total.
That's true.
And so we kind of trick ourselves into thinking like
it would more be things like I was a camp counselor at a sleepaway camp, and that week 3 girls in the cabin would get their period for the first time ever in their whole life. Mm-hmm. And it seemed
maybe that's a different thing. Maybe that can be triggered by like stress or hormones or whatever.
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know.
I mean, I believe these researchers, of course, but I'm just like, I'm going to need to read that study. I'm going to need to hear Robert Sapolsky's
rebuttal.
Because I just watched him in another show last night, and so,
maybe he's adjusted. Maybe he's since...
If he's a good scientist, he sure will.
Right. I just thought that was fun to read. And it was describing how part of the perpetuation of the myth has been popular culture and how women are presented often in films and TV shows as very two-dimensional. And the only time periods are brought up is to indicate pregnancy or to demonstrate bonding between people in the sinking process.
Okay, yes.
So it's almost like a tool to a plot device that then we're like, we love this idea. Yeah. Let it be true, kind of.
We just need to be more seen in other ways. Like,
maybe if we had the power you're describing.
Right, that's what I think it is.
Although I was thinking, though, while I was reading it, about how, in a way, this type of sort of the witchy woman vibe of like, we sync up, our bodies are fucking plotting against you, can be used against women. Hence, the Salem witch trials, etc., where like there's this fear about women and our intuition and our ability to like outthink the idiots that they think that they're scared. It scares them.
Just another thing they can't explain kind of thing.
Maybe we're invested in it for that reason, where we're just sort of like, oh no, we're powerful.
Yeah, I like that. Let's keep that narrative going. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely that.
Just wanted to update you on that one.
Interesting.
I'm so sorry.
Have you ever been like you were on all those shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was
like
legit.
This?
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show before too, and
right.
It seems true.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I remember when you said that about the male being present, and it sounded intuitive, where it's like, okay, if we all want to be impregnated by this male, then we're all, it's like front loading. How
totally.
The Iowa caucus is always first.
Yes.
And they'll keep moving it so that they're always first. It's almost like that in the form of period thinking.
Yes.
But I've gone too far with that metaphor or analogy or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always heard it was like the woman who was the most socially dominant, you know?
So you felt like yours was always first?
No, the opposite. It almost gave me like it kept me humble because I always thought that I would sync up with other people. Like I was never the one leading the pack.
Anyway. Something to think about.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing that they've debunked.
What?
That cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
I did.
Yes.
And I'm relieved.
Me too, because I am a serious knuckle cracker.
I don't understand. That to me was another thing where it felt like, why are they so wanting to believe that this is detrimental to my knuckle health?
Because it's like moms who are annoyed by the noise. Oh. Who are like, don't do that. You're going to get arthritis. Just like, don't sit too close to the TV. Your eyes, you'll go cross-eyed. Don't hold that face for too long. It'll stay that way.
Yeah.
There's things we said.
That was true.
What?
I mean, that's what braces are. You hold something long enough, it will stay.
This is kind of true. I do talk out of the side of my mouth, and my wrinkles are
on that's one the thing. Side. That's what wrinkles are.
Yes, I'm like
so
seeing
that one,
this.
They were right about that one.
God. Well,
don't I know it?
Yeah, but the guy who had investigated this, or one of the people who did a study, his name was Donald Unger, and he happens to be a doctor who was from Thousand Oaks, which is where my hometown. Mm-hmm. So I love that. And this study he did for 50 years, he only cracked one hand.
That is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, right? And when he finally examined them, 50 years, when he continued to examine, no evidence of arthritis in either one, and no difference between the two.
Was he a case study, though, or did he expand this beyond his own knuckles?
Well, it was then expanded, but and they say in the article, this particular quote-unquote study wasn't exactly scientific. It was needs to be more, research-based and blah, blah, blah. But they looked at, sports medicine people, and they all said, no.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad about that.
They looked at X-rays and everything of left over 200 people in other studies, and they all were like, "No, it doesn't do anything."
Do you know anyone that doesn't crack a knuckle?
No.
Right. It's just
that's
normal.
A really good. But I did hear once a guy who did his neck.
Okay, that's different story.
Bad news.
What? He's paralyzed?
No, something happened where he severely injured himself from. Forcing a neck crack himself.
What kind of severe injury,
I don't remember. I just saw it on...
Not paralysis.
No,
okay,
I don't think so.
Yeah. I know I'm mad at him.
Well, because you can't do that shit.
You gotta be careful.
I know. It's a dangerous world out there.
And if you're going to be careful, then you should try Omax CryoFreeze because it is a pain reliever that you can put on those nagging muscles so you don't have to freaking crack your neck like that dummy.
Right.
And
just
joint
rub a little
pain.
this on it.
Yeah, do that instead and try it. It's a natural breakthrough in pain relief because they use CBD. Omax, of course, is the genius company behind this. We love Omax. It's non-prescription and triple action pain relief. It's a roll-on. So it blocks pain receptors and reduces inflammation in those trouble spots. Yeah. And the CBD, God bless it. I mean, it works like a charm within 10 minutes of application, and relief lasts up to 8 hours, which is a lot longer than the over-the-counter scenarios. So that's fun. So you guys should try it. They sent us a deal for you guys. If you're looking to relieve your muscle and joint pain within 15 minutes and need a natural yet powerful solution that is tested and works, try CryoFreeze Pain Relief Roll-On. Its quick, absorbing, scientifically backed formula provides pain relief instantly. And if pro athletes use it, well, it must work. Goodness. Remember to go to omaxhealth.com today and enter code BRAINCANDY to take advantage of the incredible savings. That's omaxhealth.com and enter code BRAINCANDY to get 20% off CryoFreeze and site-wide. They have lots of stuff. Don't let muscle soreness continue to be an excuse for living an active lifestyle. Go to omaxhealth.com and feel relief faster.
I want to crack my knuckles now so bad.
Do it.
But
what are you waiting for?
I already did.
How was it?
It was good. Oh, there we go.
Do you hear that, people? No
so
arthritis around
one
here.
One of the funniest things that was in this article that I'm like, oh, now I know exactly what this is that guy Unger who did the knuckle cracking thing for 50 years won a 2009 Ing Nobel Prize. You know the funny Nobel Prizes we were talking about?
Yes.
He won one for the study.
Right. So they're legitimate studies, but just like funnier.
Yeah. Like
than a normal. Come on.
They're like,
you put 50 years into knuckle research.
Right. You deserve at least a fake Nobel Prize.
Wonder why he was so interested.
Because his mom told him, don't do that, you'll get arthritis. And he was like, I'm going to prove
stubborn.
her wrong. Can you believe that?
No.
I want to know about his wife and who, like who's married that guy, and if he's still that stubborn, that makes, I want to know about the questions, like what kind of personality type.
There is a fine line between stubbornness and passion, and there is overlap. But I feel like this guy, he might be really nice or a real dick.
Yeah.
But he does not have arthritis.
Does not. In either hand.
So far. We know that.
Oh, that's funny.
I was reading about how, this is our theme is debunking. This was a study about what happens in the brain when you see or think about sex, like when you see sex images or whatever.
Yes.
And the sort of prevailing wisdom had always been, women and men process things differently. They might be aroused, but they're, I don't know.
Different hemispheres. There were different parts of the brain.
The idea that men are visual.
Yes, right. That's what I was going to say. More like a visual versus a
This has also been debunked,
emotional.
saying that men and women have the same brain activity when they're witnessing porn or sexual images. But there was a caveat, which is that the same stuff in your brain lights up whenever, that's the technical term, whenever they see vomit or feces as well. So it could be disgust or pleasure. We don't know.
Okay, that's
a pretty big caveat.
We don't know if the woman's aroused or disgusted. Yeah. Well, this is every guy not being able to pick up signals.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
But that seems crazy.
Yeah.
That the same exact parts of the brain light up.
I would imagine it's like your emotional center of your brain where emotions are processed because you're having some big emotional reaction to it. And then
you would think negative and positive.
Like your amygdala?
I mean, I can see that. I'm afraid
because in a way, like if you change fear to arousal, then it's kind of
right. Like you can,
because then I think the spicy foods and the jumping out of airplanes and getting yourself worked up.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting.
But come on, I feel like we just should know more.
We should.
And maybe we could just ask them.
Yeah, you discussed it or...
Were you grossed out or hot?
Turned on.
Because I for sure would know the difference if I'm horny or repulsed.
Yeah, and I would definitely have a different feeling over vomit than I would some sexy time.
Right?
Like,
and don't you want to know,
difference.
They're very broad about the sexual imagery. What are we looking at?
And here's the thing, though. We're just talking about activity in that region. We're not talking about how the person's labeling that activity. So...
Okay, yeah.
You know, like, I feel like there's information there. This is they're very, like, not well thought out.
We have more questions.
Yeah.
This is always our problem.
Always. But it's like, if there's activity in the emotional center, then for a man it can mean one thing, and for a woman it can mean one thing based on the other experiences that we've had and what that feeling means. Like for us, it could feel like, oh, I'm out of control and somebody else is in charge of what's going to happen next. And that makes me feel like, I don't know, fearful, or that part lights up. Whereas a man could like think, oh, this is real exciting. And now I'm like emotionally like worked up, but it's like a different, you don't know how it's
maybe
labeled.
we're aroused and they're disgusted.
Right. That's maybe.
We don't know.
Sure as hell hope.
I don't believe that's the case, but
Right.
we don't know. I guess it just raises more questions than it answers.
And when a guy sees just like a naked woman, good looking, they're I feel like they're more likely to have be aroused.
Yeah.
And if a woman just sees a naked man, it doesn't have the same effect, does it?
I can't imagine it being the same. I mean, I can see someone as attractive and be like, ooh.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that it would be the same experience as what a guy feels. Because just their reactions seem like it's... Oh, have you ever seen those guys where it almost seems like painful when they see like a super hot woman walk past?
And they're like, ooh. Yeah, right.
Where you're just sort of like,
I've done that though. I have.
Sarah.
I have.
Yeah.
I will be fine with admitting that there was a recent experience that I had where I saw somebody without their shirt on, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, this.
Don't you think that was exceptional though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually you might think,
and
wow.
I wasn't, I don't know
but
why.
You wouldn't have that
like,
physical.
Dang, like,
right.
I don't know, maybe it was just the right time and the right place and the right.
It was different though than if you had seen vomit.
Yeah, very different. I have never had that reaction like that to vomit. And if I do, then you check me into the nearest hospital because something's wrong with me.
Yeah. Well,
this guy was good looking.
I guess the point is nobody cares because we all know what we've experienced. And in general, women seem more in control of that.
Yeah.
Even if they're feeling the same thing,
right.
It certainly seems like they have more of a handle on that, the reactions that they
we do.
show.
Or maybe it's just like there are so many hot, beautiful ladies out there we could appreciate more, like the things that, I don't know, maybe we need to start appreciating other parts of men. That,
oh my God.
Maybe we need to objectify men a little more. Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
then we would get like that because we
problem.
we don't do that to them. They do that. So like, oh my gosh. Okay. So you know how in advertising, like I've talked about this in some women's studies classes, how they will just show parts of a woman. It'll be like the legs or the arms. So like they're objectifying them and like deconstructing them and kind of dehumanizing them on the page right there. Whereas most men are shown in their entirety. And so if you get used to being turned on by just ankles or just from the knee down, because that's what, these vodka ads or whatever have been using for forever and subtly like hinting at you that just the legs are attractive, that you see them and it's like, oh my God, legs.
Right, you've been
primed to think all these different parts of a woman are sexy. Whereas we are primed to think that things that are not visual are sexy. It's like, can you offer me security? Like those funny magazine or calendars that are like women's porn. It's like a guy doing dishes and like holding a puppy and like taking out the trash, Maybe if those kind of things were...
Yeah, it's a chicken and the egg thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're cracking
Hey, researchers. Listen to their show. Our show that's the #1 winner. People's Choice Podcast Awards.
You bet your ass.
#1. And we beat out one of a podcast that I really like.
Who?
The Way I See It with Mike Rowe.
Really?
Oh, it's so good. I mean, clearly not as good
He's
as ours.
great. I like him.
It's really good. I was listening to it with my little brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We beat him. I mean,
Okay,
He's
this is
wonderful,
very
but-
exciting.
Yes.
I know. I was very proud that we won.
So proud.
Yeah.
It didn't even sink in until just today where I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Sarah and I were
good.
out and we got the news and it felt really nice because I didn't expect to win.
Me neither.
We're like an underdog tale.
They like us. They really like us.
And I'm so thankful to our listeners because
Yes.
they really respond to our call to action. They voted. It's so
We're
nice.
here for them and they're here for us.
It's beautiful.
It's great.
So thank you guys if you voted.
Yes.
And what an honor. We're going to get a trophy.
What?
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to put it on my mantle
Yes, you definitely
that I
should.
don't have.
Right.
You know those people that are like, oh, I keep my Emmy on the toilet, or in the bathroom.
Get out.
They do. And so maybe I should do that.
Why do they do that?
I mean,
It kind of now seems like they want everybody to see it if they put it in the bathroom.
What's the word? Not juxtaposition, but just where you're in the bathroom, which is
Right.
gross, but everyone's got to go.
Yep. So that's high traffic area. You're definitely getting eyes. And you're in the bathroom. What do you do when you're sitting there? You kind of look around.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe it felt like too gauche to put it on display in a actual important part of your house.
Yeah, but in an office, I feel like that's where you're supposed to put those things.
Yeah, I agree.
I got a couple, not an Emmy, but, I have a nice glass, I don't know, trophy, I don't know,
Yeah.
award or whatever.
Award,
but
yeah.
For being the Grand Marshal at the Gay Pride Parade in
That
Long
is
Beach.
something I would put
Yeah, I gotta keep
on
that
my
out.
doorstep. That's
Right?
amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's glass, and I didn't want it to break, Susie.
That's a special award.
Thank you.
Anytime the LGBTs
Right.
give you stuff,
It's going up. That is going up.
I hope you polish that thing regularly.
Daily. Just
Daily. That's fun. Yeah, well, now we have another thing to add to our little trophy collection.
Yes.
This will go with my most improved player on the 7th grade volleyball team.
Oh, hey, you know
Improved.
what? That's good. I
Not
like that.
best.
Most improved.
Improved.
Oh,
It hurts.
she has heart, guys. She's dedicated.
Well, whenever we give our acceptance speech, I will be wearing these earrings.
Ooh, they're beautiful.
They are Charles and Culver. Oh my God.
I love mine.
Aren't
I
they
feel so
special?
fancy. I had to tell myself, Sarah, you don't have to wear them 24/7. But then I'm like, why not?
You can.
Yes.
We have these gorgeous Charles and Culver studs, and they are made from moissanite, which is the gem that's basically so rare that it has to be made in a lab. It's ethically sourced, unlike a lot of the gemstones we know and love normally, and it's conflict-free and set in 95% recycled precious metals. What a great thing.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, what a
love 'em.
cool thing
Yeah.
to have something beautiful that you can enjoy, but know that it's responsibly sourced and
Because it's a lot of money to spend on nice jewelry to not get the stuff that, you feel like ethically aligns with kind of your values and things like that. And this pricing
gorgeous,
is so
too.
good.
So
I can't get
good.
over it.
These are brilliant, like for an engagement ring or a wedding ring or just fine jewelry, but that you can afford still. They have everything, and they're so pretty. Tons of different sizes and shapes, like heart-shaped or vintage-inspired cuts and stuff like that. Just really nice stuff. And you can go and learn more and get 20% off with our special listener offer at charlesandcolvard.com/braincandy. Again, that's charlesandcolvard.com/braincandy. If you forget it, just tweet to me and I'll send you the link. It's beautiful and you'll love it. And they're just wonderful and affordable and blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
You get it.
I do.
Okay. Here's some good news.
Would love good news.
Let me find it. Okay. There's an organization called Laughter on Call that pairs comedians with dementia patients.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that nice?
This is the sweetest thing ever.
Because they still want to laugh.
And the comedians need to try out their jokes on somebody.
For sure.
And you know what? if you try it out one week and then you're like, oh, I've refined that joke, you could use the same joke on them next week and they'll still think it's funny or not funny, depending on how good of a comedian you are. I love this idea.
I love it too. There was a woman who...
Oh, God, that's so cute.
She moved her mom across the country. Her mom was suffering from dementia. And once she was in LA, the mom just sort of withered and...
Yeah. Well, social connections are the only thing that matter.
And the daughter thought, what have I done? Yeah. You know, I've taken her away from everything she loves, and now she's sad, so I need to make her happy. And she mentioned to someone, I wish I could just hire a comedian to come. And they were like, well, do it.
Oh, I get goosebumps everywhere.
Right?
This is so sweet.
And so now they're kind of creating this organization with the end goal of extending it to various cities. And what a great thing. Yeah. And if I ever have that, please do that for me, because that...
Oh my God, done deal.
...is so helpful to your mental health and well-being.
Yes.
To laugh. I mean, it's not the best medicine, despite the...
No medicine is the best medicine,
right.
From what I hear.
Medicine's the best medicine, but this is second.
It really is.
Yes.
It's a beautiful... And there's so much... I was just watching that great show, Explained, on Netflix, and they have a mind one, and we're talking about psychedelics. And
I saw that too.
Yeah, and how the thing that is the most important is love and connection.
Yeah.
That's what everybody takes away from everything. It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And those experiences for me where they were like life-changing, and I had like what is the closest thing to a religious experience, I knew that the only thing that mattered was connection with others.
Yeah.
And so to lose that,
right,
you might as well kill the person.
And
They're done.
I also, this sounds silly, but oftentimes being a comedian can be very lonely as well.
Yes, you work at night. You're alone during the day. You kind of need a little routine.
There's no connection. It's just like audience and...
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
So I think the person they interviewed in the article said how much he learned about patience and care and all of that from working with this woman. This. Yeah, and so I think it's a definitely mutually beneficial thing, and they can make a little bit of money too.
I love that.
Yeah.
So the comedians get paid for going.
Yeah, like $25 an hour.
I love this. And I read this book a long time ago called I think it was called A Whole New Mind, that was talking about how we really have to switch. We were kind of these like more left brain thinkers where it was like analytical, and we needed that when it was almost this technology boom of like that kind of, and in the Industrial Revolution, all this stuff, like our minds needed to be more like that. And now the jobs are kind of changing, and we're having this like new revolution of what careers are available or important. And, when I hear stories like this and about how there are jobs out there that aren't about making a product or aren't about like, I'm a, bricklayer
abstract,
and I'm laying bricks, that really isn't what...
It's not as satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that this is this new age of jobs. We're in a new, what do they call it? It's called like the age of, it's not, I can't remember, but it's basically just, we're using more of our right brain. Mm-hmm. We're using more of those emotional centers, more of the like kind of big picture thing, and then the little, details in it. And with that come these jobs that we really start looking and like having to redefine or find almost new jobs, because a lot of stuff is getting replaced by a computer or by a machine or whatever. So this is the industry that needs to grow. Mm-hmm. The industry of human connection, the industry of relationships.
Yeah.
Susie's making a face like she doesn't like it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, no, I love it. I'm thinking about how true that is.
Okay, it is true, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. And I read this book like 15 years ago talking about this, for real.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone knows it, but that the further away you get from where you ought to be, the harder it feels like it would be to get there.
Yeah.
So that's...
Well, I think it's you have to kind of expand your mind and think about it in the way that woman's friend did when she said, man, I wish I could just hire a comedian. Well, why don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Why don't I? I'll do that. I think that's where a lot of these ideas kind of start. Mm-hmm. And somebody else goes, yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah. I can just think of how many times a day I say, I wish there was.
Yeah.
And what if you then actually created it?
I mean, Uber, you can think of, was probably like that. And Postmate, all those kind of things were probably the same sort of origin stories of those concepts.
Well, and this is so much better because it's about creating those connections.
Yeah.
That help everybody.
Everyone.
And I mean, getting dementia or Alzheimer's, which, by the way, I didn't know they were different until I read that article and they said or.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't know what the difference is. But that's a big fear of anybody that's pretty big into using their brain. And we've talked about that movie about early onset Alzheimer's and stuff, how terrible that would be.
Really?
So, man, if you can make them laugh. I was encouraged by that story.
I do love that.
And
I bet their overall health would go up.
That's a thing that one of those people that studies crap.
Yeah.
They should look into.
Yeah. Hey, one of those guys. Quick, take a break from cracking your knuckles for a bit and go study something that, I don't know, helps somebody else.
Now that the knuckle guy cracked that case, we got another thing for you. There's something that matters.
Oh, that's funny.
Dipshit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm mad at him.
I don't know either. So you liked that show, The Mind Explained, huh? Isn't that good?
Well, yeah. It's very palatable and easy to understand.
Super good. I was resisting for a while. I don't know why I do that with shows that I know. I
do that too.
It's ones where everybody tells me I'm going to love it, then I don't watch it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I got contacted by people from The Challenge who were
annoying. Then I definitely wouldn't watch it.
So when Wes contacts me and he's like, I watched this episode, it totally reminded me of you, and it's everything you like.
To be fair, this is mean.
Go.
I agree with him. It's great. It was easy to watch. It wasn't.
Right.
This isn't.
Well, that's what I was frustrated with. I'm like,
rigorous.
You just have to hang out with me for a week, and I can give you that. I basically am like that. That memory one was what these guys got on The Challenge. I gave them all those lectures about why, this is how you do it, the Memory Palace.
I know.
And they were like, oh, yeah, I don't care. Oh, now Netflix makes a special, and all of a sudden you guys care about this shit. You didn't care when Sarah was talking about it around the breakfast table.
Yeah, nobody...
You didn't have infographs? Excuse me.
Nobody does it to me anymore.
I don't know why I'm getting angry.
But when I was a grad student, people would give me, basically a book that you could get at Barnes & Noble.
Right.
For $5 about religion and be like, I thought you'd love this, which is very sweet, but it's also insulting.
Yeah. That was Psychology 101.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm out of the woods in that one. Yeah. But I was just like, no. So I bet it was bad feeling.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, no, I know all this. And then I watched it. I was like,
you should send him a recommendation.
I said all that.
For small business owners.
Oh my God, that would be really funny.
This pamphlet.
Yeah. And I know what he was doing. He was being nice. And I was like, oh, thank you I'm glad that you think about me.
Did any women send you the link?
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got it from a lot of people of you have to check this out. This is right up your alley. And I mean, there was stuff I learned in the mindfulness one on how people who meditate experience pain. Because it was my understanding that the level of pain that they experienced was lower. But when they really looked at their brains and how they experience the pain, it's the same. It just affects them for far less time. So a normal person who isn't, focused on mindfulness and meditating like that will know that pain is coming. There's an increase in, these bad feelings and all the stuff inside of us in the anticipation of the pain. And then they experience the pain, and then it's a gradual, slow, it gets less and less. Whereas somebody who's really mindful and practices this, it's nothing. Pain's here, whoop, big rise, and then steep fall. So they they're only affected by it for a really short period of time. Yeah, and that's why they can do things like walk through fire or do it, all those kind of tricks and stuff. Because you know that this is going to be over soon.
Yeah.
It's I'm good. I know that this is going to be done. And let me just look at the pain. Let me invite it in. Let me, and I feel like that with anxiety, with everything. If we just invite it in, look at it, make friends with it, then it doesn't control us.
Well, what isn't painful at all is Everlane clothes and how adorable they are.
My shoes, Boss Lady shoes. I don't know what they're called, but it's something lady. Like that.
What if that was the official
It's totally
name?
Something like that. It's called the Boss Flat or whatever.
Okay.
Oh my
Super
gosh.
Cute.
Yes. And do I feel like $1 million in those things? Italian leather.
This is another one of those companies that is practicing what they preach. They are sustainable. The clothes are meant to last. They use the finest materials without the traditional markups. So if they make the shirt for $7, they're going to tell you, here's how much we paid and here's how much we are asking you to pay. I just think that is really cool practice that they're implementing. They have essentials and classic pieces that you can make your wardrobe out of, sort of like the staple pieces.
Capsule wardrobe, they call those.
Yes, a capsule wardrobe.
Never have to replace it. It's like yours for forever.
You can get cashmere sweaters. You can get suits. You can get really nice leather shoes. Nice bag. You got that clutch.
Yes, my wallet.
Gorgeous.
I get compliments on that all the time.
Right now, you can check out our personalized collection at everlane.com/braincandy. Plus, you get free shipping on your first order. That's everlane.com/braincandy, everlane.com/braincandy for that deal. Do it!
Yes.
Well, so, all right, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Just really learning that our minds, it's kind of giving me more information about how our minds are, we have more power over them than we think. I just love that.
I mean, that's encouraging.
It really is.
It doesn't seem like that.
Well, and if it doesn't seem like, I'm telling you, maybe you should just do shrooms after watching that. Maybe you should. Maybe, Susie, you need like a...
I have always been enticed by the people that have done it and what they say happens.
Yeah.
I think it would do me some good.
Yeah,
but
just have to have the environment right. That was what the big takeaway when I watched that
wish you could go to a hospital and do it.
Me too, because I do not want to do it. I'm too scared to I don't know. I don't want to ever have a bad one and done. I felt like, and it would take a lot, and I need somebody who's like the wise old shaman to guide me through it.
Yeah.
And not my mom, because she keeps trying to do that. I'm like, Mom, I don't need to do peyote with you.
It's so funny how our moms are the same, but so different.
Right. It's so...
same results, but totally different approaches.
Totally.
Because Peg would just say, you need Jesus. Mm-hmm. And we were forbidden from meditating as children and teens because we were told that by opening up your mind, that the devil could sneak right on in there.
That's how he does it.
That's how she does it.
Right.
And Sarah's mom is like the opposite.
Yeah, she's like, your mind is not open until you do these drugs. And she's like,
right.
the thing you got to do is definitely open up your mind. You have to open up your mind.
But there are limits to that because then certain things.
Well, yes. And I told her when we got into this argument, were you there on Christmas when she was demanding
No,
that
I heard about this.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Were you there on Christmas?
I was like, Mom, I don't, because we were going to Brazil or Peru.
Yeah.
She's like, you have to do
peyote or something.
There. Ayahuasca. Not peyote, ayahuasca. She's like, you have to go on the ayahuasca journey and everything. And you won't know yourself until you do, and that's when you're going to
vomit for 3 days.
Of course, because that's what happens.
It's poison, right?
Yeah, sort of. Yes, yes, and all the effects are great, grand, wonderful. But I was telling her, it's like getting to the top of a mountain via rocket ship or a nice hike up the mountain.
I'll take that.
Meditation, it's the same thing. You're getting to the same place where you can basically shed yourself of an ego and connect with the bigger picture and this idea of where you end and the rest of the world and everything begins. That shedding of everything that makes you go oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I'm not, whatever that is. But I feel like you can do that at a slow, nice walking pace.
Yeah, me too.
With mindfulness, with just education, with focus, learning about it, blah, blah, blah. And then you learn the path and you know how to get there versus relying on a substance to get you to that place.
Sarah's
and going,
promoting sobriety all of a sudden.
Right. I think it's a good thing to do if you're feeling I can't believe what it did for anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
The one dose of that. And in the right setting, of course. With doctors. Yeah, it was done with research, professionals and everything.
You reminded me when you were talking about the hike up the hill. I have an update for you about the viral Everest photo we talked about.
Oh, okay.
All right. So basically the guy that took the Everest picture, I think he's a Sherpa or something. And he's happy that it brought attention to the problem, but he's kind of crabby too because it's often used without any compensation or what's the word when you give credit? Credit. Basically.
Okay, credit.
Yeah. And so, like, he's glad, but he's like, this is another problem that people do. But I guess it's good that how does awareness even help though?
And also, I feel like don't we kind of live in this age where you just take photos and you post them and it's like
that's what we
public,
do.
like, you know. I feel, is he a photographer? It's one thing if he like sells his photos and then that photo was taken for, I don't know how I would feel about that. I'd kind of be okay with it. But what is he looking for? Like compensation himself?
Why would you be okay with it?
Like if I took a photo and
It's not just a snapshot, though. I mean, it's really it's a beautiful picture. I mean, presumably he has...
Right.
Even if you don't, though, I mean, that's how it works. Anything that you post is...
Right.
I don't know. No, I'm saying the opposite. Like, if I post something, it's mine, my property. It's not like implicit allowance for anyone to use it.
Is that how it works, though? Like, legally?
Yeah.
It is. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like there are companies that... So, like, if I post a picture of, say, I don't know, me drinking a Diet Coke, and I put, like, enjoying a Diet Coke in there, and I post it on my Instagram... Can't Diet Coke like repost that?
No,
and they can't.
Maybe Instagram could, depending on their terms of service. But
okay, good to know. I always thought it was different. I always thought like once you put it out there, it then becomes
public domain.
Yeah, but if that's not the case, then
I only even think about this stuff because of what running the podcast network and how we have to trademark and get all that stuff. But like. That's not so people don't steal it. That's so like,
right?
It's ours.
No, you're right. Nobody uses it. Like all the good ideas.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I don't understand.
And I think you're right about awareness too. Like awareness doesn't equal dollars in the bank. That's how I feel about all the breast cancer stuff that the NFL does when they put them in like pink shoes and they're like, we're putting them in pink to raise awareness. We know that there's breast cancer. I don't need your pink shoes. I need some money in the bank.
Why do you think that awareness idea is such a big thing? Because that's how I've always felt is like, and now what?
Right. Now
we're aware. Now what?
Well, it depends on what we're raising awareness for. And because I remember when I first started with PAVE, that organization, which is promoting awareness and victim empowerment. That's what it stands for.
Yeah.
There wasn't an awareness of what was going on. So it was really crucial that we make people aware of the, just the impact of sexual abuse and sexual assault.
Yeah.
And so that, in that way, or I think like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, maybe like there was an awareness that...
Yeah.
Because an awareness almost makes people change their actions.
Yeah.
But when it's something like cancer or, is it really making you change your actions?
But what about in the case of Everest? Do you think like that would make people think, well, you know what, maybe I don't want to climb it? Maybe
if you were somebody who cared about the environment and really saw what that was like, and maybe you would say, you know what, maybe because if I had more of an awareness about what Machu Picchu was like and the way humans were not or were kind of contributing it to its like demise or destruction or whatever you want to call it, I think I would have said, I'm good, no thanks,
really?
But no thanks.
Why? What are people doing? All that poop that you were telling us about?
I'm telling you, it just looks like people are... Oh, it's like... It just doesn't feel like... It feels like nature that humans have stomped all over.
Really?
Like a field of wildflowers that's had 500 people walk through it.
Really? It feels like that?
To me.
Oh.
It felt like very...
How?
There were just too many people, and... a lot of people didn't care about, they didn't follow the, take only pictures and leave only footprints kind of attitude.
We're a terrible species.
And it really makes me sad and grosses me out.
This is not really the same, but I was reading about another death that happened at Grand Canyon, which you hear about periodically, like someone falling or whatever. And this happened on that structure. I've never seen it in person, but did you see when you were there it's like a horseshoe that arches out above the canyon, and it's like a bridge.
Yeah. I've heard of this, though, but I didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah. And some guy purposefully took his life from that spot.
Well, I
mean, kind of isn't surprising.
Right. It doesn't. That you're not going to stop. There's no. You're not going to stop that.
Yeah. But the ones where people like fall, I'm sure those are preventable, where people are going beyond the limits and stuff. But man, it just feels like what you're talking about, where it's just like too much going on.
Right.
Too many people.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Right. In San Francisco, on the bridge there, the Golden Gate Bridge, they have signs posted everywhere. Say like,
don't do
help,
it. Oh man, really?
All over, because that's the second most popular place in the world.
And saw a sign and was like, you know what?
Maybe I think so.
I hope so.
There are a lot of stories of people, like taxi drivers or somebody driving along and saving people who have gone to jump.
That's nice.
That happens, and that like. Be ready if you do choose to watch it. But there's a documentary called The Bridge, where they placed cameras on either side that had a zoom, and they captured the stories of the families. Awareness? Well, I think it was somebody who had a friend or relative who did commit suicide, and they wanted to know what's going on with the people who are doing it. What do they have in common? What can we do to prevent this? What can we do to like step in? And if we notice those kind of things happening.
Why do you think people go for that route? I mean, I know this is dark, but I just don't. Why would you choose that of all the ways? I mean, a good old-fashioned OD?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm totally joking, obviously. But I'm just saying, that seems like a terrible method.
Well, maybe it's like... There's not a lot of action on the person. Like, you have to do one move and that's it. There's not a lot of thinking, a lot of stopping, a lot of time for...
Don't you imagine that time period between when you choose it and when you perish? Yeah. I mean, that is...
Well, that's why I hear a lot of people die of a heart attack or that like that.
For real?
On the way down.
Do you think that's really true?
Well, I mean, that's what I've heard. I have no idea. This could be one of those things where it's like
makes
debunked.
You feel better or something.
But, but then there was one guy who lived when he jumped. And he
From
said
what?
That,
the bridge?
Yes. And he now is a public speaker and talks about like suicide prevention. And he said that what happened that day...
tell me what he said.
Crazy. So what happened that day is the only way that you survive that is if the water underneath is very choppy and that it gets churned up.
Yeah.
And when he fell, there was a seal underneath that was creating a bunch of like turbulence in a way. And he fell, and because of the motion of... And that seal was like... He saw the seal in the water. Afterwards, he said the seal saved my life.
What he felt between the time he jumped and when he landed?
I don't remember. I have to go back.
Because that haunts me, just the thought of it.
Yeah.
And if you would regret it and think, I wish I hadn't done that.
He did.
Oh,
because he survived. So he was like, I'm so lucky that I survived, and now I know better, and I want to, Damn. Yeah.
That is haunting and terrible.
It really is. It's a real heavy one, but...
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Was it Chris Cornell?
Yeah.
Was he the singer that killed himself? I think it was, but that could be totally wrong. He might be alive and well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think so.
Okay,
but he's not. Are you talking about the one from Lincoln Park?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he's just like a popular singer who did it last year.
That's another. I think there's
it's a different one.
A different.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking about this guy, the guy that did it, and he had kids, and now I think the daughter is singing now, and I saw that headline, and I just thought about what you said about how if you can manage to get yourself away from your own thoughts, like the bird's eye view, you would see that, like it really will pass.
Yes. Absolutely.
But I know that it's a very easy to say that, and there's
some researcher, or I think he's a psychiatrist or something, who created this like 3-dimensional square that is a model for what's going on with people when they get to that place, where it's a hopelessness and a like emotional pain and this feeling of almost like being backed into a corner, where the pain of living is more intense than the fear of dying.
Absolutely.
And if you can come at that from the 3 different angles where this like kind of feeling intersects, then you can help the person get some of that perspective.
Yeah.
But
because I just think, man, if he could have just lasted a bit and gotten out of that fog, then he could still be with his family and all of that. But it's fascinating.
Chester,
it's just terrible to think about.
Chester.
No, I don't know that one.
It's the guy from Lincoln Park.
Okay.
I think that's his name.
And he struggled with depression. I can't wait to see that Gary Goldman comedy special.
What?
He has a special that just came out. I think it's on HBO, and it's called The Great Depression. And he's talking about how he had to go to a psych ward even. Like he was full blown.
Yeah.
And how he came out of it and now how he manages it. Yeah. And it's supposed to be really good and inspiring and important.
And I think when people
talk about awareness,
talk about that, there you go. And people who where we can kind of say, yeah, me too, and they can say like, look, despite all this stuff that I had, despite this life that whatever it is, there's still this feeling, and it's more than just it's chemical too. Yeah, we can't like deny that,
right?
And it's like you're joking saying like laughter isn't the best medicine. Medicine is, Same with a lot of this stuff. There's only so much you can do, and then we just have to kind of get the brain chemistry right.
Look at your dog.
I know. I told you she was happy.
I mean, she is rolling around.
Yeah, like this is like her favorite day.
Just happiest moment in her life. Let me see.
Have you
if I
ever
can get
been
a
that
video
happy
of
about anything? I don't know if I have.
No.
Are you? Look at how happy you are.
That is
look
hilarious.
At that. Now do you believe me that she's happy?
I do. Because when they got here, Sarah's like, look how happy she is. I'm like, how do you know? Well, I see it now.
She's like, well, you don't believe me? Look, let me roll around for you.
Show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to play with Bo.
Yeah.
And you guys should subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Tell us how great we are.
We love that.
While you're at it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.